We got a box in from Kodak today, and we're going to talk about how you order film from Kodak and how they ship it to you across the country. This is going to be a very short video because people have asked me how I order film from Kodak and how I deal with film and how do you deal with film that's shipped to you. So, as everybody might or might not know, Kodak sells direct these days to filmmakers. So you actually order film on their website or through one of their sales agents. Here in the West Coast, currently it's Yolanda, and she's the West Coast sales manager for Kodak Motion Picture Division. And the great thing about ordering direct from Kodak is that there's a couple ways of getting the film. So here in LA, you can actually pick up the film directly from the old Real Good building over on Sunset. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it, of course, is to order and have it shipped to you. So a lot of times we order and have it shipped to us because, driving all the way over there and stuff like that's kind of a pain in the butt. So we just say, let's just ship it and have it delivered directly and we don't have to worry about it. So I order direct from Kodak Motion Picture Division. I call Yolanda up and I tell her what I want. And she basically puts together a quote for me, and then I give her my credit card information, and the order's placed. All the orders ship from Rochester these days. There's no other place they ship from anymore. And so they'll ship from Rochester, and they usually only take a couple days to get here. So I ordered this on Thursday. Today's Monday. It arrived right on time. And this is how they come packaged. So Kodak uses their own boxes, and they're clearly labeled, X-ray stuff, and that sun can damage them and stuff like that. Have the word Kodak. They have many different box sizes. This is not just the one box fits all type of thing. They got boxes that are much larger to hold 70mm film. So let's go ahead and open this up really quickly. And everybody loves my little opening up tool. It's an unboxing video. Well, not really. Everybody knows what's in this, so. And they usually ship it like this, okay? If you're shipping camera rolls, they'll ship it like this. And so it comes in a box which generally holds upwards of 5 16mm rolls and 3 35mm rolls. And then what they'll do, since I didn't order an entire box, what they'll do is they will fill it with packing material, like this. So I ordered 3 rolls, they got packing material on the rest of it. Now, of course, if you order a larger amount, then it'll just be full, and they'll ship them in these yellow cartons. So this is nice packing material to have for the future. Hold on to that. And then I get my brand new fresh film. We're shooting I've been doing this for a long time. We're shooting another fashion show on 16mm. We usually use 1 roll, but we're going to shoot 3 rolls this time. Ooh, fancy. And this is how it comes. Now, what I normally do when I get new film from Kodak is I generally label them, okay? I'll generally put a sticker on it, and I'll put the date that I received it, and I will put the name of the project as well. Because for me, what happens is that I end up having a lot of film from different projects in my refrigerator. Right now I have at least 3 different projects worth of film in my refrigerator because I've got clients who we ordered film for and we're storing them for them. And I also have shoots that I'm doing as well. And I have film already pre-set aside for those projects. So I label my film, the date I receive it, and also the project name. Because a lot of times what happens is that you might not shoot all the film that you've got for that project, right? So it might be like, all right, I shot, I ordered 5 rolls of film. I shot 2 rolls of film. I'm going to keep 3. But I still want to know the date I received it because I don't want them to sit in my refrigerator for 3 or 4 years. I want to shoot them. So I want to make sure that the freshest stuff is shot first. And where you can dissect the date information here, the code here of the batch is it's 347.024.0136.1. That 347 number is basically the batch number. And so I can look at my other batches, the other rolls I've gotten, and I can see how this fits in with other batches I have, and I can kind of figure out how old it is, but I don't know exact dates. Kodak, if you call them up and you give them the information, can decipher this and tell you kind of an average of how old it is. But what I like to do is I just label the date where I got it, and then I'll just compare it to other rolls of film if I don't. And so if you don't have any other film to compare it to, it's kind of a problem. So yeah, label the dates. Remember that the stuff does kind of start to degrade after about 6 months. So if you want your freshest shots to be shot on freshest film, make sure you shoot it within that 6 month window if possible. For daylight spools, they usually take the daylight spools and they will just pack them like this. There's no container for them. They'll just go in the box and receive like this. And the same goes for Super 8 cartridges. It'll just be loose cartridges. And they usually get compressed and messed up in the box, but whatever. One thing to remember, and I've talked about this in other videos, it's very important, is that Kodak doesn't keep a lot of film on hand. So if you're doing like a feature and you need like, 80,000 feet of film or something like that, 35 millimeter, they'll probably have it. They'll probably get it from different places and ship it to you. But with 16, they might not have 80,000 feet of film sitting around. They might not. It's a toss-up. It depends on when you get it. Depends on if it's at the end of their cycle and they're about to have a new batch come in or something, So be a little weary of that when you're ordering. If you're going to do a big movie and you want to order film, make sure you call them ahead of time, at least a month ahead of time, and say, hey, I need 80,000 feet of film, and it's going to be this date, and can we arrange this in advance? And they'll obviously ask for some sort of a payment to reserve that film, but I think it's a wise idea if you're doing something that needs a lot of film to do that. If you're just going to order onesie twosies like what I did, there's no problem. You could definitely order 50 rolls of 60 millimeter film, no problem at all. They've got tons of it. It's when you get into the thousands of feet, where you're going to be ordering over 50,000, 60,000 feet of film, you definitely want to call in advance. Especially if it's things like daylight spools. I know a lot of people who shoot big movies on daylight spools because they're running daylight spool cameras, and they might not have very many daylight spools around at all, right? But with 400-foot cans and 35 millimeter, they probably do. They probably do. And it's not a limitation. It's just they just need to know because they'll just make it for you. It's no big deal. If you give them a month, they'll just make you the stock. Anyway, that's a video about unpacking film. I try to make more of these videos about film so that you guys know kind of more details about how I deal with film on a regular basis. And hopefully you can like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.